Modeling School. Welcome to the Fanboy Modeling School. I am the Fat Mantis, now in HD. I'm here with my partner in crime,
Steve Ronino Gimmicks, also in HD. What's going on, brother?
How are you? How the hell are you? I think we have a lot of things to argue about tonight. I'm into it.
Yeah, you're in a feisty mood. I've never seen someone ready to get their ass kicked socially.
Well, I mean, ever since you became a Catholic, I was ready to throw down.
I know the truth has adverse effects on heretics, but listen, I'm always going to be here to help you come into the fullness of it.
And so if anyone's wondering, we are, of course, making jokes. We're joking. I love all my Catholic brothers and sisters. I love all my Protestants, all my evangelicals.
Evangelis. That's what they like to be called.
But you mega church people, you better step up. No. We are the Fanboy Modeling School. We are brought to you by Riz Radio. Riz Radio, music from your next breakup. I am living the dream, my friend. A lot of crazy things in entertainment and politics. It seems like entertainment's coming back. I think I've said that before. It was a false alarm, but now I'm sure it's back.
Like you're entirely sure, or you still wishing like.
Well, here's what it is. I am currently in a situation where there are multiple nights of the week where I have things to watch. Where I'm like, I gotta watch this tonight. So I think I'm in a good place.
That's a great place to be in, man. I think a lot of people are happy with the content that's coming out, man. You know, we got Dune on its way out. We got Doomsday, right?
Right. We got Doomsday. We got brand new day for Spider-Man. That's going to be honestly, that's going to be our next $1 billion flick. There's a lot of fun movies in the works, like, Masters of the Universe, or there's, the Backrooms movie. There's a lot of just fun things that, may not be aces in the hole, but they'll entertain us enough,
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about the Masters of the Universe movie, but I'm going to go check it out for sure. I'm definitely
after seeing that second trailer, I absolutely am a believer. After the second trailer, I was like, boom, this is what's up.
D Love, welcome in. We're over on Rumble. D, what are you doing here?
Yeah. What up, D? Yeah, we are on Rumble. Wait, is D on YouTube? What is happening? What is happening on Money Man in Brooklyn?
I see you're playing some, what is this, Arkham Knights over on Rumble. Good stream the other day, man. Did you finish Arkham Knights, my brother? Did you ever play that game?
No, I didn't. Basically, a lot of the Arkham spin-offs, basically the bad taste in my mouth from Suicide Squad made me be like, I'm not going to support this universe anymore.
Even the older games?
No. Obviously, the ones they already did. Like, obviously, for instance, Gotham Asylum, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, absolutely support. Sometimes Arkham Knights. What up, Rogue Radio?
What up, Rogue Radio? So where do you want to start, man? Where should we begin the madness? What the heck?
Here's what it is. I wanted to start on entertainment, but I have a sneaking suspicion you want to talk about a certain, something happening along the globe. So let's do it.
Let's get the entertainment first. What did you want to talk about? Because I haven't watched.
No. I want to save the entertainment.
You want to save the entertainment?
Yes, I want to save the entertainment.
Oh, you want to talk about the. So this is the first L in the debate.
No. No, for whatever.
All right. So President Trump the President Donald J. Trump threatened to wipe an entire people group, and this is not hyperbole.
It is hyperbole. That's what you don't get about hyperbole. You don't get about hyperbole. The point is that when you say things like that, it's hyperbole because people don't mean it.
He threatened to wipe an entire people group off the face of the earth today. That being our arch rival was the Iranians.
Right.
To the point where they didn't think it was a hyperbole. They had people lining up in front of their planes. They had human shields.
Right. See, that's how you can tell it's such a good government. They were forcing their people to line up and hold hands as human shields around power plants everywhere. And so, real quick, in case people are not following, people are like, "What's going on, Mantis? I don't get it." So basically, they are still able to cause problems for the Strait of Hormuz, and right now it is currently closed, and that is making our gas bills ridiculously high. And then Trump is like, I'm sick of this nonsense, and so finally he did an ultimatum, right? And so he gives an ultimatum which had profanity in it. Like, he even said praise Allah as a joke in the tweet. I love it. You know that, right?
Yeah, no, I read it.
And so he says Tuesday is going to be power plant and bridge day because they will be the last you will see of them. And of course, my man, the cool thing about Trump is he doesn't just tweet once. He tweets over, like he tweets in tirade form, right? And eventually he gets to the point where he's literally like, I'm going to wipe you guys off the map, bring you back to the Stone Age, which, by the way, is that's normal hyperbole. That's war talk.
That's this is, folks. So the reason I wanted to talk about this tonight is because we're going to see some grade A caping right here. Now, here's my official stance on this situation. Right, my official stance is if you are someone that's MAGA forever, or at least this is the dissension I'm seeing from the MAGA Knights online, is one of the things that Trump campaigned on was no forever wars, right? So this doesn't qualify as a forever war yet because it's not to that point. But also, he campaigned on no dead Americans in foreign wars.
Okay, so
wait, let me finish my point, and I'll get right to you. So, my dog in the fight, this is where I'm coming in, like, as a conscientious observer, right? So I'm seeing the MAGAs go back and forth. I'm seeing staunch conservatives turn on the MAGA Knights and the forever Trumpers. Hell, you got Nick Fuentes, who's an American first guy. He's completely jumped off the Trump train, and his reason, my brother, is he's citing one.
Okay, wait, hold on. I need to interject. No, I need to interject right now.
Okay.
So, here's the thing. I think it's weird that people are starting to act like Nick Fuentes is a normal run-of-the-mill streamer. They're like, he's just a conservative guy. Hold on. He is a white supremacist who gets no platforming from the fanboy modeling school, in my opinion.
No,
I don't even want to talk about the guy.
I've never said he's a conservative. I use him as a polar extreme, right? Okay. So a polar extreme representing that side of the spectrum, but
he's a gay psychopath. And I'm not saying that he's gay because he's not a psychopath because he's gay. He happens to be gay and a psychopath.
Okay. So even middle of the road conservatives, even the Marjorie Taylors, people who were once diehard Trumpers, are saying they want no part. Let me finish, my brother. You MAGA Knights, man. I know you're chomping at the teeth, man. But people are saying they felt like they've been lied to. They've been dragged into a war. The backing of Israel, the non-stop backing of Israel and Israeli interest has really turned the waters for some people. And I'm not even joking now. Like, they are very much saying that, like, why are we consistently and constantly putting our country and the well-being of our troops in harm's way for Israel? So you got people like Megyn Kelly. She's also on the extreme side of that conversation. Then you have people like Sajar from Breaking Points, who's just a classic conservative, fiscally conservative, socially conservative guy, believes in high morals, high moral fiber, feels as if though this war, and he's no fan of Israel, but he's also no fan of the Iranian regime, feels as if though this war is taking America to a place where we're yet again spreading our influence and our resources too thin. Now, obviously, you, on the other hand, I know. All right. If I quote you correctly on this, you do not believe in publicly criticizing the base. This was your statement. You don't believe in the public.
When was this my statement?
This was your statement right before election night. This time for Trump, when I was like, "Hey, I do have some critiques," and you were like, "No, you should not publicly critique in front of the opposition." And I'm like,
during the election, of course, obviously during the election, we have to be a united front against the libs, right?
Okay. But go ahead. So that seems to be some of the zeitgeist going on. You got Tucker Carlson.
So okay. So if I can interject, because there's all these things that like would love to retaliate. Like for instance, like you name like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who was ousted out of the party months ago before any of this happened. So her opinion right now is null and void.
And Tucker
she's not even a thing. Yeah, or anymore, right? But I would ultimately say that people who don't understand this far, like what Trump is doing, usually don't have brain one in their head. Right, like if Megyn, and I love Megyn Kelly, I love her normally, but if she's somebody who's saying we should never put ourselves at risk for Israel, well, then she is as dumb a blonde as everyone has always said she is.
Stop right there. Why? Maybe you can normalize that position right there for me. Why should we put ourselves at risk for Israel? That's
okay, so for starters, we have not put ourselves in any serious risk right now for Israel. And you know what I mean by serious. It's true. Unfortunately, we have lost, I think, like 6 people, right? That is, it's always a tragically when we lose soldiers. Guys, guess what? It's called war. We lose people, right? But the idea that we have had an ally for all these years, and they're literally our only ally in the Mid East. Even the people who are our friends in the Middle East don't even like us. They're just working with us because we're like the powerhouse around here. They would turn us they would turn on us in a minute, and they are probably scheming to get us anyway. Right? Like Saudi Arabia. We know classically Saudi Arabia is our friend, but then they secretly fund terrorism. Right. And so the idea that our only ally in that region, such an important region because of all the oil that it has, is that we shouldn't ever come to bat to them is a stupid idea. And so a lot of people, I remember, they like to criticize Trump. They like jumping on Trump. They're like, he said no wars. Everyone kept saying he said no wars. No, he said no forever wars. And then I would like to also point out that he actually threatened the Iranian regime 81 times during his run for presidency in 2024. So he had mentioned every time, I would like to do something about the Iranian regime. The Iranian regime is no good. He's made disparaging comments and how he doesn't want to work with them and how he wants to destroy them while he was running for president 81 times. So this should not be a surprise to anybody that he's doing this.
Let me mirror that.
So the narrative, I'm sorry, you had a long run. It's my long run time.
You also interject.
However, you also wouldn't let me interject either. So also you don't get an interjection. So basically what is going on is that ultimately we need to defend our allies in the region, right? Okay. And so the idea that we don't support our allies who also have our interests at stake is a ridiculous thing.
What interest is Israel protecting?
So they are basically our invasion state. They're going to be our invasion state to attack any of the Middle Eastern countries. They are basically where we would put our bases, our troops, or anything like that in case a major invasion had to happen. We have no other country that will help us do that in that region, and that region is very important. Why are we always warring over that region? Because of oil. And I get it. There's a bunch of hippies who are like, we can use wind, we can use solar. Realistically, that's stupid. And I don't need. Maybe I could get you guys a science textbook to explain why that's not going to work. But we need to use up our fossil fuels while we still have them.
Let me just mirror some of that back for you. So I'm going to use basic Psych 101 as if I'm talking someone who's going through, say, substance abuse issues.
This should be good.
So let me just bring that back. So Trump threatened the Iranians 81 times in the run up to his election.
Or said disparaging comments about the regime and how he wouldn't work with them, he wants them out, stuff like that. Yeah.
Disparaging comments. So that normalizes any future disparaging comments while also serving as a mechanism to say, hey, we knew this was coming. That's your response, your statement on that. I just want to make sure I got you right. I don't want to misrepresent.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So you would say to not a libtard, right? So because that's the easy hanging fruit in this argument. This is where this argument usually gets the poison well conversation. Everything that does not agree with this stance gets dejected as being libtardism or some other.
Right. We don't have to go there.
Right. But what would you say to the fellow America First people who aren't hippies, right? Who aren't hippies, who do not meet the criteria of hippies, or people that say our interest no longer aligns with a country that may be committing war crimes, and we will be remembered as aiding people in potential genocide. Now, let me normalize that statement even more, right? And remember, this is a conversation between you MAGites. I have my own official opinion on this war and how it's going to play out and how history is going to remember the people that were for it and who were against it.
Because he knows, guys. He knows. But within Negro Damas here is going to predict to you how history books will look at our war. Okay,
it only takes a bit of logic to see how this is going to play out. But within your own base, within your own voting block, right? There's already a bit of dissension. How would you ease the minds of those people who were never Trumpers, who are now saying, "Hey, I cannot back this because one, I'm not Lindsey Graham, and I'm not a dispensationalist, evangelical moron that thinks we have some biblical alignment with the Jews because of a misreading of Genesis. And two, they have committed acts of hostility, Israel being the they, against America by stealing trade secrets, by government subterfuge, but you know, all the things that
right. So the truth is that absolutely one, I would actually say, for the first thing you said about the what's the phrase? I always forget it.
What? Dystopia?
You know, the Lindsey Grahams of the world.
Dispensationalists. Those people.
Yeah. So those one of the problems is they create a smokescreen situation that a lot of anti-Israel people bring up, and it's unfortunate because basically Lindsey Graham is a horrible example of what's going on. People think we back Israel because of people like him. That's not what it is. And so basically, I just got to break it down like this. Our government, no matter how many times, whatever the current politician is running and saying when he's running, they are secularists, aka Satanists. Right? And so ultimately, what it is they are not seeing things the way a Christian sees things.
Did you say they're secularists and Satanists?
Yeah.
Okay, I want a timestamp.
Wait, can I finish my thought? Can I finish
I just want to make sure I understood. You said secularist and Satanist, right?
Yes.
We'll come back to that. Go ahead,
basically, I'm saying the secular powers of any government, any government that yearns its power from secularism is practically a Satanist, if not actively working with the guy, right? And so ultimately, we have to understand. We have to speak in their language, or at least interpret in their language, right?
Right.
And so when people, so for instance, when the same group of Christians who, like, let's say, there's like progressive Christians who are like, they love their abortion, but yet somehow they're a Christian, right? They're a hyper feminist, but somehow they're a Christian, right?
Right.
However, they also have a problem with war, and they're like, war is bad. War should be, eliminated. I've got news for you guys. The secular powers of the government, of the Caesar, will not ever drop war as a vehicle or a tool to accomplish its goals. And so anyone who's arguing for that is living in a pipe dream.
Okay.
The idea that they'll ever eliminate war. And so, like, when people are like, why are we backing someone who committed genocide? I've got news for you. Almost every country we have ever worked with in some way is involved in things like war, genocide, or other horrible things. Discrimination, horrible fucking things. It's not just Israel. It's all of the motherfuckers.
All right.
And if we eliminate, essentially, America would have no allies if they dropped every ally who was responsible for horrible atrocities. Do you have any idea what the UK did to India during World War II? They actively starved them on purpose.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so when I'm having a conversation with people who claim to be Christian or claim to be a hippie, or they have some problem, they're like, my panties are in a bunch. We're working with genocidal maniacs. We've always been working with genocidal maniacs. Literally, human government is genocidal by design.
Right. No, I mean, you're cooking right now.
Right. Okay. Here's the thing. The thing is,
I want to mirror that back for you one more time. Satanist, secularists, genocidal maniacs, not Christian.
Right.
All right. That's good. Keep going, big guy. You're on a roll.
because here's what I'm saying. Anytime we're having any conversation about any of these things, that's what it really comes down to.
Yeah.
Right. And so,
you're evil.
To be honest, my actual personal belief is that us working with governments is sinful, in my opinion, and like it's a sin that I'm certainly responsible for, because I care about politicians and I follow them, and I empower them by voting for them and by saying, who's going to win this time? Who's in power now? Me caring about that is a sin that I need to learn to get rid of.
It's idolatry.
Yeah, exactly. And so basically, what it is, the problem that I have is all these bleeding hearts, right? There's a bunch of all these bleeding hearts who they have these either overly, I guess, naive opinions on what a government should do. And I noticed the reason why I pointed out progressives who love their abortion, right? Because I noticed they pick and choose. The same people who love their abortion are somehow against war.
Yeah,
right.
When you're dealing with genocidal, secularist, satanic, evil, established,
evil. I would say it's evil.
Hey, listen. These are your words, man. You know what? I agree with you.
Somehow, I have a feeling Steve is going to pull out like some documents that show that I ran for office or I was president once, and somehow I'm a hypocrite. I can assure you guys, as far as I remember, I've never participated in any government anything. I've never been a politician or anything like that.
No, I'm not. I agree with all those statements that you made. Secularist, satanic, evil governments that have no real worldview that they're operating in other than more decimate and destroy, which is why I find it odd, right? But I've been saying this for a long time, man. That so many Christians were so caught up so easily in the MAGA movement. I'm not a third wayism type of guy. Not that guy. If you don't know what third wayism, that was popularized by a Protestant pastor by the name of Timothy Keller. God rest his soul. He went a little woke during the after the murder of George Floyd, and he started really getting into like those type of conversational points. But he was also an older man at that point, and you could really tell that his heart was for reconciliation. He wasn't one of these people like, I'm going to wash a black guy's feet, but he really wanted to try to bring it to the Christian approach to most things. But that's what third wayism is. I've always been the type of person where I say Christians should reflect the holiness of God in the political arena, right? So we have to stand so firm in our convictions that we should be able to say, this is wrong, this is correct, this is wrong, and this is correct. And two things can exist at the same time. For instance, allow me to demonstrate this mechanism now. Israel is our closest ally in that region.
Right.
This is the truth. We can both agree on this, right?
Yes, in that region. Yes, there are one
There's no
as
trick.
Friendly as they get.
There's no trick here. You're not on trial for the crimes of Israel.
I always feel on my own trial anytime I speak to
you. But we can also agree that Israel, the government, not the people, is and has committed horrible acts of violence, just like any other government, right? So now we find ourselves in a resource scarce situation where America is all in with a country that we can't really make heads or tails of what the motivation is. Now, that's not saying you can't make heads or tails of it, my friend. You clearly have heads and tails made of the situation. Right? Am I correct?
Right. Can I say something?
Yeah.
However, this is where I have to not leave you, but like This is a problem with the arguments people are making is they believe we're fucking up Iran for Israel.
Right.
No, we have always wanted to fuck up Iran for the last 47 years, and Israel is giving us an excuse to do it.
So which
is a different thing, which is a totally different thing. It's not that we're minding our own business and Iran hasn't done anything to us. And suddenly Israel's like, yo, you need to mess them up. It's that they continue to mess us up. They continue to fund terrorism. They have their people chanting death to America. They're threatening us with possible nuclear weapons. And then Israel's like, yo, by the way, you should fuck them up. And I've always wanted to fuck these guys up. Let's do it.
So your official stance on it is, I've always wanted to punch this fool in the face, and now I have an excuse to punch him in the face.
Yes, we summed it up. Yes, that is it. Thank you. Look at us. We're having this crazy back and forth, and that is something that, speaking in like a playground, the rules of the playground, right? That you summed it up perfectly.
Can I just ask one question? One question. You're a man that believes in subterfuge, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in believing in subterfuge, does that have an allowance for collateral damage? Like, do the means always justify the ends?
No, certainly not. Okay. However, I'm not naive enough, because here's one of my complaints about liberals, and don't worry, trust me, right? People on the right do it too, or whatever. They always want to tear a system down, but they don't have a better solution to it. They're like, let's get rid of jails. Right, what do you do about the really dangerous, crazy people? We'll counsel them. Okay, you idiot. Okay, idiot. Thanks for trying.
That's an interesting point. So speaking of tearing systems down.
Wait, real quick, but my whole point was, the hippies are like, the Ayatollah and his regime are horrible and evil and bad, and they abuse people and they murder people. They killed 20,000 protesters in January alone.
Absolutely.
Right. And they kill women for not wearing their headscarves. They kill women for hanging out with any male who isn't blood related to them. It's crazy things. They won't allow them to drive. Right. Just all these horrible abuses. And they're like, this is wrong and this is bad. Right. However, they don't have an explanation on what to do about it.
All right. So I want to ask you this question. They're tearing down the systems and not having something to replace it. What went wrong in Afghanistan?
The problem is that we didn't stick nuclear weapons in the caves and just nuke and radiate those fuckers out.
This is what I'm saying, man. And because you're my best friend, you're not on trial. I'm an intelligent, well-adjusted human being. I can have a conversation with someone without holding them guilty for the view.
But I'm serious. Here's what I'm saying. My actual here's what I'm saying. I might be in. Here's what I'm saying. I'm sure a lot of viewers, people listening, Riz Radio fans, things like that, they're going to judge me on this. But the truth is that at the end of the day, Mantis is a war hawk. And I know that's sinful. I know that's something that's sinful. Just like my love of Hollywood and violent action movies, I know is bad, and I need to wean myself off of it. I need to wean myself off on war. But very often when I'm like, well, these motherfuckers are causing a lot of trouble, why don't we just nuke the caves? That's who Mantis is. Okay.
Wait, no, I get you. But you made a valid point, man, which is people often criticize and want to tear down systems, but never have anything in play afterwards. So I see a circular trend, and here comes my official view, right? Unless America is willing to commit to actual empirical reign over Iran, we're going to have another Iraq, Afghanistan situation where we create a power vacuum and another militant group worse than the Ayatollah moves in, because we're not going to stay there to sustain it. That's why empires go to this region to die. Let's count them on our hands. Russia. Wait. I'm sorry. Before Russia, England. Russia.
England, that's a good call.
Right. This is my point, my brother. What system are we going to replace it with? Are we flying over like that American Dad episode where we're dropping evangelicals in there to evangelize and then bring up the system and the people?
Here's the thing, and once again, I know that you're going to laugh at this, and the viewers are going to laugh at this. People are like, "What?" I'm hoping Trump very often has plans people never even know exist, right? He pulls plans out of his ass all the time, right? Which is just even more evidence that he cut a deal with Satan. But I'm hoping that he has a plan and he just hasn't revealed it, because he does that all the time. He loves to hide his cards, right? Now, what it is there is a democracy movement, and there always has been, down in Iran. Before the Ayatollah took over, it's true they had a dictator, the Shah, but they were a far more free society.
Right.
And so they remember, there are people who still actually remember what it was like to be free. And I'm hoping that these are the people who take control, right? But I would say, although I've been very critical of America right now, and I literally said we're Satanists, right? Or our government are Satanists, right? But I will say this, what else have we learned from the Bible? God has inspired one evil empire to destroy other evil empires in the name of his justice.
Okay.
And it is possible. I'm not saying it because I don't have any definitive proof of this, but It is possible that God said, I've had enough with Iran. America, do your worst.
Islamic states, I mean, you won't get any argument from there from me, my brother. Islamic states are dangerous, right? They're dangerous for the people, but I'm not against force doctrine per se. Like, I understand that sometimes you have to meet force with force, but what I'm trying to understand, and I'm trying to reconcile your group here. I'm actually doing a charity for MAGA tonight. I'm trying to get you to evangelize your team back over to your side.
What it is, and this is unfortunate. Trump, he won on certain things, and one huge group chunk of his followers, think, and this is like I don't know. What are they smoking? that good shit, biker meth, back in Kentucky or something. But they think that America first means that America doesn't involve itself with anything out of our borders, which is honestly one of the most ignorant, stupid ideas you can possibly have. America first means that Trump is going to do everything in our interests first. That includes war. That includes everything from trade to war or whatever is on the map as long as it's for our interests. We can't have isolationist America. That doesn't even make any sense. But these are what the people who are turning on him are they're either one of these drooling buffoons who think everything is about Israel, or they believe America first meant isolationist America. Both ideas are utterly stupid.
No, very well. Let's talk about the isolationists. So you think that these guys basically just want to separate America? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, that's basically what it is. And so, that's what I've seen. That's what I've seen on the Twitter and all these things. People are like, "Yo, America first. We're not supposed to be helping other countries." And I'm like, "No, we're supposed to help other countries when it benefits us."
Okay.
Right?
But I'm still not seeing how you're winning them back to your side. Like they seem far gone at this point. Like, they're saying that, hey, maybe JD Vance is what we need. We need someone that understands government and understands, maybe a Marco Rubio.
Here's the deal. Trump doesn't have to stay popular during his reign.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Let me hear it.
Trump. Here's why Trump was brought in, and I'm talking about both. I don't even mean the shadow government that really runs our government. I'm talking about from the electoral way. If you look at it, he's brought in to be the mean daddy. Okay. He's daddy. He's here to spank. He's here to take away your allowance. He's here to ground you. He's here to fuck people up who look at you weird. He's there to do all the ugly things. And that means that during his 4 years, he may be very unpopular at the end of it. At the end of the day, I might thank him for the things he did. But that's what he's a strong man, and that's what strong men are here for.
So you're saying essentially he's just the vehicle and the mechanism to carry out things people might not necessarily know they want or how to obtain them.
Right, exactly. And so Kamala Harris ain't going to fix no border. And she Kamala Harris isn't going to wipe out totalitarian Islamic states. She's going to be having tea parties with them.
One of those
And
things that Trump is going to do, would that be forever uniting the conservative base? And what if that comes at the cost of being united against him towards the end
no,
of his,
but you said it. You said it.
well, what's that?
He doesn't have any more elections to go.
No, I said
He can no, but I'm saying he can end his term, the worst human on earth. But you know what could happen? JD Vance could turn on him, or somebody could turn on him and say, "Bad Trump was bad, but follow me, I'm good."
Right.
And as long as that happens, that's fine. I don't care about MAGA. I care about Trump as he is another image bearer, and I don't want bad things for him. But I really don't care if at the end of the day he's unpopular. His job is to shut up and dribble. You know, that's my theory. I should put it up. If this was high school, my high school yearbook would say "shut up and dribble." That's the quote I'd have. Right.
So essentially, what you're I hate to sound like that British woman that was debating Jordan Peterson, but I want to represent you accurately. Trump is the mechanism to gather the things that no one. What's up, Carmen? Welcome in.
Carmen, what up?
Trump is the mechanism to do the things that conservatives don't know that they necessarily want done. So facing down our enemies that people were too terrified to face down, potentially bringing an end to regimes and powers that, and destabilizing areas that need to be destabilized.
Yeah. And quite frankly, I'm going to tell you right now, here's what it is. I feel horrible for the horrible byproducts of war. Mm-hmm. That's civilians suffering and all these horrible things. But at the end of the day,
it's just us talking. Do you really feel bad?
No, wait a little. I do feel bad. I feel bad that there's some poor homeless kid watching his country burn, right? That does feel bad. But I will tell you this. A lot of the leftists or the Trump haters, like on the news, they're doing mental gymnastics to defend Iran. They're like, Iran is the center of civilization. How could we do this?
Yeah, screw them. They're crazy people.
I'm going to be real with you. Wait, I'm going to be super real with you. So I want you to check this out.
Check it out.
If he had brought on his thunder, his rain of fire tonight, like he said he would, I would sleep like a stone. I would sleep like a motherfucking stone.
Carmen wants to know. Even Carmen says, "Mantis, do you feel bad?"
Well, I don't see her in the chat. Is she in our chat?
I'm over representing the Rumble. I heard the people's complaints, so I'm over on the Rumble side watching people.
But I'm saying their comments should be popping in here.
Oh no, Rumble it's because of the RSS. It's not going to come up.
Okay. Well, do I feel bad? I mean, I do, like dogs and kids getting hurt. That's not great. But I am saying, currently the Ayatollah's in like a coma. The word is that he got hit in a bomb blast and he's in a coma right now. Right. And fuck around and find out.
So here's my official stance on this whole thing, right? I've always recognized that he's just a vehicle or mechanism that they're using, and he allows himself to be used, and he wants to be that thing, right? You gotta have one bad guy to get a bunch of good things done is the premise of your argument, and I can agree with that to a certain extent. The problem is, brother, I'm beholden to a level of consistency that just troubles me. Now, I did say on a previous episode, I'm tired of looking over my back and wondering what's going to happen across the border or across the Gulf if someone's going to shoot a nuke. Actually, I worry more about the psychopath over on the bad side of Korea, or as I like to call it, the bad Korean restaurant, than I do the Middle East typically. But I don't think this is going to do gangbusters for the conservative movement. In fact, I think the Conservative Party as we know it has officially come to an end. And maybe that's a good thing. But
no, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at the ridiculous notion that you think that just because of this, it's the end of the Republican Party. No, that is totally insane. That is insane thing.
The conservative movement is what I'm talking about. Like, there are movements within the Conservative Party. Like, let me ask you this question, my friend, as you laugh hysterically. How many people would you say remember the Reagan era conservative movement?
I mean, a lot of people. You're
They
saying,
remember, but none of those people would still abide by those same politics anymore, right? Reagan era conservatism, right?
no, they love that. Are you kidding me? Conservatives love Reaganism.
Those are the ones, exactly. Those are the ones that are jumping ship. And that's why I said this could be very well be the end of the conservative movement, where there are two distinct groups, right? There won't be a united front anymore. There will be two distinct groups because this is the power.
I can't wait to edit this episode because I'm going to take the sound clip and I'm going to save it.
Wait, make sure you save it accurately because I don't think you get what I'm saying. The united front of the conservative movement has come to an end.
So here's what I'm saying.
Say it back to me.
Here's what I'm saying. Not everyone is made for this.
See,
and the cowards will jump ship. The cowards will jump ship.
There it is. Now you're calling. Think about some of the people you're calling cowards. You're talking about conservatives that have fought on the front lines of morality for decades. And this is the litmus test you're going to use. This is
the problem. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. We were talking about him earlier. Carl Tuckerson, right? I'm sorry, Tucker Carlson, whatever this guy calls himself. Tucker Carlson, Mr. Rich Kid Nepo Baby, right? He is an amazing podcaster. I've always listened to his podcast. I love his speeches. You know, he once gave a speech about morality and all this stuff and about God. It was utterly amazing. It moved me. It's all great. But you know what the problem is? He is sitting on his high horse, judging the actions of men who have far harder jobs than being a podcaster. The problems with the Tucker Carlsons and the Matt Walshes of the world, because Matt Walsh is very angry at Trump right now. The thing is that they sit on their ass and they talk into a mic, just like you and me. The difference between us and them is that we work jobs and talk on the mics. These guys just talk on mics and sit on their asses and use their Grey Poupon. And their caviar. So fuck them because they don't know what it's like to sacrifice for what's happening here.
You see the separation I'm talking about? You just validated my point. The movement, the conservative movement, is coming to that united front.
The day we will not need them. We won't need them. We won't need them.
But you see how you're validating my point? It's going to be.
I see what you're saying. But I'm saying at the end of the day,
I'm saying that the movement is fractured. I don't know if it can be repaired at this point because there are two distinctions now, right? There's always going to be, or there may always be, allow me not to use myself hyperbole. There may always be this distinction of, did you stand on this side of conservatism or did you stand on this side? Now, I'm not talking about a bunch of rhinos. I'm talking about, remember who we're talking about? Matt Walsh. We're talking about believing Christians who are calling this man to task for warmongering. Now, I'm going to take their testimony at face value that they truly respect human life. And they're saying that this is a step too far. This is a moment in history, my brother. You don't think so?
So you know what it is? Because this is only his mark is he's a little over a year old as president. He still has close to 3 years left, right? You know what's great about a coward? I love this about cowards. I love it about cowards. They come back when they're popular, when the bully's the popular, right? And the next time Trump does something popular, basically he's hoping we can end this war real quick so people can forget about it so he can do something awesome and people will be back. And guess what? Megyn Kellys and the Tucker Carlsons, they'll be back because they're cowards and they don't actually stand for anything.
Oh, now that's an interesting stance. So if they don't stand for anything, does that mean they should be removed from the public?
No, I don't. Like obviously. Well, I'm saying they're useful idiots, right? They're useful idiots. But I'll give you an example. I'm going to call him right now. JD Vance.
Yeah,
JD Vance is one. JD Vance started off hating Trump.
Right.
There's all this thing of him talking mad smack about Trump. Right. As soon as Trump was so popular, you couldn't even deny it. Suddenly, he's a Trump guy and he gets the VP spot.
Yeah, no, I got you. Satanic.
I promise you, he'll turn on Trump the moment he thinks it's popular. Right?
Secular, opportunistic.
right. And that's what you can always hope for Caesar and his boys, right? That's what the Caesar is good for.
So you're saying that they're useful idiots, but they'll return to the fold But why, if they're a useful idiot and publicly show their hand in disagreement, would anyone ever truly count anything they say as useful ever again?
People do this all the time. You see it on the Democratic, I'm probably noticing it on the Democratic side more because I'm a hater, right? But like, you see it all the time where they flip flop on something. They say something one day, and then like a couple weeks later, they're opposite because they see the winds are changing. And I actually say to myself, how is this person going to get reelected? How is Nancy Pelosi going to get reelected?
Right.
How are any of these idiots going to get reelected? They just flip-flopped on what they have been fighting for, and somehow the constituents still vote for them. I don't get it.
You don't think these people have any real high moral fiber? The Matt Walshes, so they're just there.
No, I don't.
Is there anyone in your estimation that has any real?
So here's the thing. Fat Mantis, right? Yeah, I'm saying Fat Mantis. Fat Mantis is the answer. No, here's it is. Fat Mantis tries his best not to have. I don't have hero worship. You know why? The Bible tells me not to. That people are sinners and they're fickle and they're traitors and they do whatever, right? And so just expect it. When people are surprised, like, I can't believe I was betrayed. Well, guess what? The Bible has been telling you you're going to get betrayed your entire life. You should have been reading it and learning it, right? And so they are being normal humans.
So would you respect someone that stayed on the stance of like, you are all satanic, secularist monsters, and you need to
actually, to be honest, somewhere out there is like a John the Baptist type who isn't famous and he's not well known and he doesn't participate in the government and he doesn't like Hollywood and he doesn't listen to popular music, and he says they're all satanic and evil, and he tells a small group of people that will listen to him about these truths, but he doesn't use it for clout.
Wait, John the Baptist?
Whoever the person is, what?
John the Baptist didn't speak to a small group of people. He spoke to
no. Well, I mean, he wasn't on the internet, tweeting for clout. Right? So
that's the thing.
What I'm saying is that somewhere out there, there's somebody like that I'm sure I look up to. I probably just haven't heard of them because they're not on Twitter.
Wait, so if they tweet a truth out, do you consign it automatically to looking for clout if they call out people in power?
Yeah, I do.
So how would they speak against the woes of the world then in this current climate? Forget
like I said, they talk to people that they encounter, but Twitter, there ain't no righteous people on Twitter. Let me tell you, and I'm on Twitter, so straight up.
Doug Wilson's a pastor. So what about pastors? So this is
the thing. This is what I'm saying. I am saying zero hero worship. I don't look up to any of them.
Wait, but
here's what I'm saying.
Who's allowed to speak morality in your view?
Everyone is allowed to speak morality, but I am convinced that they are moral.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So, like, for instance, I certainly listen to all these Christian YouTubers. I love Nate Sala. I love Mike Winger. What is it? Fight for Truth, whatever that young man's name is. I'm watching all these people. But when we eventually find out that they're like a pedo or they did some horrible thing or they beat their wife or something, I'm not going to be surprised. There's no hero worship. There's no fucking hero worship. Their word is correct. It doesn't. They are correct.
So wait, who's the authority that's allowed to call power into question?
Everyone is allowed to call power into question, but nobody has the authority of true morality. Only God is good.
Only God is good. Did God leave behind some type of vestige to call things into question? Did he leave something behind? There's this part in the New Testament keeps messing me up, keeps me up at night sometimes, and it says that something will not prevail against it. It starts with a C.
So here's what I'm saying.
What is the word?
Here's what I'm saying. In church, you don't understand what I'm saying. In church, morality can be spoken, and if it's truth, I will listen to it, and I'll be like, that is a wonderful thing. But the person delivering it, I have no illusions as to who they are, because they're a human and they're a sinner and they're imperfect and they have secrets. And so they're, all these people are like, I look up to this person and I love this pastor, I love this priest, and look at this bishop. They're so fucking wonderful. I bet you they're not wonderful, because only God is good.
Right. So does God call these things into question? Does God have a way of judging what's going on currently in the world?
I don't know what you're getting at. What are you getting? What did you just say? What you're getting at?
I'm asking a question because I'm looking at.
Here's what I'm saying. Humans can speak the truth of God. Absolutely.
Right.
It doesn't mean that they're necessarily a good person.
No, they don't have to be good. But I'm saying
they're not a good person. By definition, no one is good.
Right. So, but we do have a way to call and measure evil again.
Like I said, if they're speaking the truth, then it is correct. Then it is correct.
You're stuck on the person. I'm saying, but we do have a way to measure what's good objectively.
Of course we do. But what I'm saying is, evil people say righteous things, and they measure evil, and they don't even realize they're talking about themselves. But they do speak it into truth, and they're capable of saying things. I listen to people, of course. Mm-hmm. I listen to people, but I don't ever fall in an illusion that they ain't shit, basically.
So essentially, what I'm gathering is right here, right now, right in live time, is that justification off the table, right? So, and I'm not throwing any traps. According to you and your view of this right now, is this an unjust war or is this just war?
This is just war. There's no way this is unjust war. Here's what I'm saying. Iran has had it coming forever.
The government's had it coming.
Yeah, their government has had it coming. You know, the Ayatollah and the regime and the Iranian Republic or whatever.
The people are they just didn't get out quick enough, obviously. Idiots.
Here's what I'm saying. War is an unfortunate, tragic thing that happens, right? And like, I feel obviously, if the real victims of war are the civilians.
Right. No, I got you.
It's absolutely horrible. But to say this is unjust, no. This is one viper eating another viper.
Wait, but are you assigning a morality to the viper?
I mean, they seem kind of evil. I've already said. Wait, hold on. I've already said that both governments are evil. I've already said that straight up.
I'm just joshing you. So it's just two evils consuming each other.
Yes.
So because it's evil on evil, there's no injustice happening here. It's just evil doing evil to evil.
No, I mean, do you feel like? Let me ask you. It's time to put you. I'm not going to put you in the hot seat, but I just want to ask you. You think that there's unjustness there going on here?
Yes, I actually do. I do think that any combat situation that can lead to civilians being killed when it can be prevented is evil, but it's an accepted thing that happens in war. I'm not making a decision, but I can still call it evil, right? So let's say, for instance, a target is set, right? A target package is set. Someone has to make that decision on that target package, like, hey, there's going to be this much collateral damage and we're going to lose lives. The difference between me and a liberal, for instance, is I think the same way I do about abortion as I do collateral damage. I don't just assign it to a sanitized word. I still think about it as a life that's being lost unjustly. So by that definition, unjust, right? Another thing that I can hang my hat on in this regard, because I'm not a soldier, but I have high regard for the American military and the people willing to go out and serve and kick ass and take names. Well, right? I would prefer that no American soldier die on foreign land ever again, but I don't have control of that. But in this instance, I do know that we can take advantage of the fact that people love this country enough to go fight for it, even if they don't understand what it is they've signed up for and what they've committed to, knowing that they're going to come back to a broken VA system. So there's a lot that I just said there, right? That's unjust in itself. So we're about to ship Tommy, Billy, and Raheem and Juanito, and maybe a Chang.
I'm sorry to laugh. That's wrong that I'm laughing, but it's funny the names you chose.
these guys all to fight in the war. Glory be to God and their names and their courage. For them to eventually come back, hopefully whole, right? With all their parts. And if they do come back with all their parts, hopefully mentally stable, to only find out that they may not get a good ticket at the VA the day they need to get services because the VA is underfunded. I think it's not just war in these regards. The practicality of it, yes. Also, and I'm just going to hang this here, and this is where I'm at. As a Christian, I have no choice but to look at these things in light of me being a hypocrite, but still being a Christian and judging it accordingly, right? I personally think that the governments of the world, as you stated, and I agreed with you at the set of this, are satanic, right? And they are under the satanic control. So for me, there is no hero worship because Trump is a Satanist. He's an unrepentant sinner. Right?
I would say that. And so yeah. No, I would agree with that. And I'm sure people are like, man, I thought you were MAGA. Here's what I'm saying. I am, like I said, they are a useful tool. And so I vote for the hapless fool who's going to give me what I want.
What is it you want, Mantis?
My face on the $1 bill. But here's what I'm saying. A lot of things that not everything, absolutely not everything, but a bunch of things. Here's what it is. Trump offered more things that I wanted than the other side.
Okay. So you the social conservative.
Basically, here's what I'm saying. I want everything that's going on now. I want ICE not to kill people.
Right.
I want deportation. I want people who are being deported. I'm fine with them being deported, but I want them to be able to have a lawyer and to have their day in court. An immigration lawyer. They should have absolutely. To deny them that is totally effed up. Right.
Right.
I want universal health care. I want Iran wiped off the map. Their regime, not their people. There's some poor kid named Hassan out there who's just trying to play ball and hang out, and I don't want him killed over there. I am into. Here's what it is. I think it was about time that we had, like I said, the mean or angry daddy archetype as a president. Right? We need a guy to say, "Fuck that." Right?
You're happy someone finally faced down the debacle of Iran that happened 47 years ago, that we allowed something like this to go on for so long.
I loved Venezuela.
Right.
Like I'm into that. Here's what. Obviously, I wish we could do it to every. Obviously, we can't do it to every dictator. I wish we could also do it to Russia and China.
Would you be satisfied with an America that committed to actually being the world police? Would you be satisfied with that notion? Like, would you be satisfied with an America that's like, you know what? We're just not going to pretend anymore. We believe we have the high moral ground on all issues, so we will be acting accordingly from this point on.
No, we can't, because you know what? That's too expensive. So here's what I'm saying. Basically, I hate any group that hates America and wants the destruction of America. That's why I don't like feminists. I am fine with. Here's what it is. Let's be real. I'm being corrupt and I'm being real right now.
You're being very real.
Fine if my government goes and roughs up a group that chants death to America. So if my country's got to be like, we're going to violate their rights and we're going to blow them up and we're going to burn their houses down, I'm like, okay. They asked for it. They menaced me.
Would you be fine with them moving in on the Muslim militia in Africa?
Oh, I wanted that to happen. I was hoping. I remember Trump threatened them like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I was actually hoping that he would actually do something.
Hey, would you hit play on this video? You know what? Here's what's funny. I can tell you've been debating this for a little bit. You're like coming back to a reasonable stance. Like, so I've noticed with you in a debate, there are a few different stances. You go right to anger and you're just like, screw this person. How dare you have an opinion about this? But we can get you to a reasonable place where, you can admit that, as everyone heard on the stream at the beginning when I won the debate, that the Trump administration is satanic, secular.
Yeah, I love how you keep bringing that up. Why do you keep bringing that up? You were surprised I said it. Is that what's going on?
No, just hit play. Let's watch Michael Lawson. It's gonna make you feel real good feelings.
Is this a Christian telling me I'm evil for supporting Trump?
Did you hit play? Oh, I gotta hit play.
You gotta hit one. I'm having trouble hearing. Can you? Audience, guys in the audience, can you hear that? You can hear him?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Why can't I hear him?
I could do it. I could share it again. Maybe it's not sharing the audio.
Yeah. You pull it up again. Put it.
I got you. See, also share system audio. Tell me if you hear it now. All right, ready to go.
Okay, let's do this.
You hear it now?
No, I can't hear it, and I'm seeing some people in the chat saying they can't hear it. What up, birthday girl? Belated birthday girl. What up, princess?
Happy birthday, Bex. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, everyone. It is back, or was Bex's birthday a day or two ago. Send her some love. Rogue Radio and Bex can't hear it either.
Oh, man. I don't know what's going on. I hate this Chinese app that we use. I mean, not Chinese people, just the Chinese developers.
Maybe if I share it, it'll be better. You want to send me the link in Discord?
It's in Discord already.
Okay.
No emojis. What'd you do for your birthday, Bex? Did you do anything fun?
Yo, what's the name of the video? Because all the videos have Trump on the cover.
It is. Let's see. Let's scroll up. It is the one that says cross-examine with Michael Lofton.
Okay.
Get Michael Lofton out of here. Shout out to everyone that's still hanging around on Rumble. I always want to ask the audience a question. What is more convenient for you, Rumble or YouTube? Which user interface are you more attached to? I know, from the Spoon days, people just hated switching apps, man. You'd be like, hey, we're over here. And they're like, oh, my God, I can't believe it on my phone. And I'm like, oh, my goodness. Strong feelings about applications. Tell me you're poor without telling me you're poor.
Wow. Why is this? Okay, this is not what I was looking for.
Yeah, it's not what you were looking for.
Okay.
Bex says she picked up a double shift for her birthday like an adult. That's right, Bex. Because
are you serious? Oh my God. Now I feel extra guilty that I didn't send her love on the day of. That is, no offense, Bex. I love you, but that is pathetic.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm just saying you can't be. No, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Bex is a worker bee, man. She's trying to get that almighty American dollar. You know,
she's trying to get that bag, but guys, we're chasing the bag too hard.
What?
Yeah,
you hated hippies.
Well, I'm saying, take your birthday off. That's all I'm saying.
Why don't you say that to Jesus? Hey, Jesus, take your birthday off.
You know what? I bet he did. I bet he took Christmas off all the time.
We are clearly having some technical difficulties with the stream, as per usual, so don't act brand new on us. We were talking about Trump and his warmongering. I mean, his freedom and liberating of the Iranian people from their very lives, because nothing says freedom like being dead.
Jesus Christ.
It's often what I say to people when I show up to their workplace. I'm like, oh, I'm going to set you free right now, brother.
Okay, let's do this. Can you guys hear it now?
So, breaking news just came out. Trump has agreed to a ceasefire. This is a phenomenal thing, because earlier this morning he was threatening to destroy an entire civilization and to commit war crimes and genocide in entire people. So it's good that he came to his senses and has agreed to this ceasefire. It does appear to be somewhat of a defeat for Trump in a lot of ways. And you know what? I'll take it. I will 100% take it, because I'd much rather have this than the alternative. There were people outside in Iran outside of
Can you
power
hear the audio?
plants, forming human chains, ready to sacrifice
They can or
their
they cannot.
lives, ready
No one's
to
responding, Jeff.
be killed.
But there's
And
also a
so
delay on
Trump
the video, so
basically
they
had
can't
to say,
hear it.
all right, well, I can
You still
either
can hear it.
target all of these civilians, commit massive war crimes and genocide, and do the very things that I've been accusing Iran of doing,
Oh yes, they can hear it.
and do the very things that Israel has been
Okay,
doing.
let me quickly explain it to you guys. So, it would not be war crimes just destroying a power plant, but here's what it would: it could lead to war crimes if his destruction of all their power plants leads to, like, think about all the things. If you don't have power, hospitals can't do their jobs, refrigeration can't go underway. If that leads to the starvation and suffering of like massive civilians, that could lead Trump down a war crimes trial situation.
Oh, can I try to answer from your respond to that from your position? I'm going to see if I can do my best Mantis impression. But because they live in a country that didn't care enough about their people to have adequate generators and be prepared for this type of response, their deaths are actually on their heads.
You know what? I'm pro this. I'm pro this statement. I like that. I wasn't gonna say it, but now I'm gonna use that. So let's say Trump like surprises everyone and does this. I'm gonna use that as his defense. World Radio says I can. Excellent. Love it. Okay. Let's get back to this nerd over here. I don't even know why you're watching this guy. Let me guess, he's Catholic.
Or I can come to my senses and come to the negotiation table and come to an agreement, at least a temporary one. So there is now a 2-week ceasefire. Let's talk
Gas
about
prices already went down, brother.
this. Trump says, based on conversations with
I'll be
the
able
prime
to afford
minister,
gas to go to work and feed my family.
which, by the way, if you look at the draft history of the message released by the
Oh wait, real quick. Do you think that it's possible that Trump is gonna do something duplicitous?
Absolutely. It would not surprise me by the time I click off this stream that I find out that Iran doesn't exist anymore.
But you know, I find it interesting that people, and once again, I'm going to blame the liberals because they're all emotions, apply their emotions over their like reading ability or their intelligence. Like, for instance, I've talked to several people today who are convinced he was going to use nuclear weapons.
Yeah, no, that's an idiotic stance. He can't.
And I was like, "What do you think? Where does it say that?" And they said he said he's going to bomb them back to the Stone Age. I'm like, that's just a saying people say before they bomb somebody.
Back to the Stone. You know what'd be crazy if he dropped an EMP, which could lead to dastardly consequences as well. Now that I think about it, I've said that out loud. That could be worse than dropping a nuke. Go ahead, my brother.
Whatever it is, I hope he is victorious, and I hope he wraps this war up in the next couple of weeks so we can shut up these like treacherous MAGA people.
That's the part I really want you to lean into, man. So what happens after? This is why I'm saying it's never going to be the same after this. There's too much separation within the conservative movement. So I can see you saying like talking heads on the internet can eventually circle back, but not actual staunch conservative politicians.
So wait, hold on. Do you remember? Oh my God, I forget what the incident was.
What was the incident, man? When they all turned on him on Liberation 6?
Right. It was probably something like that. But I remember you were saying, "Oh, they're going to turn on them," and I said they're going to forget about it in a few months because there's always some other thing going on. Some shiny humans are simpletons who you dangle some shiny key in front of their face, and they're going to forget about the insult that just happened to them.
No, I'm talking about the actual political party itself, right? If the distinction has been made that you stood with Trump during the war or you didn't stand with Trump.
If he's smart enough to bring back the people, when the people start to follow him, if he can pull that off, they will get in line. Just like they got in line in the first place. They were all against him. And then once he had the popularity of the people were like, well, the politicians were like, we gotta serve him now.
Let me reframe it one more time. You are on the side that is standing with him for the war. there's no judgment on my side.
Yes.
You have strong feelings about people who are not standing in solidarity with you guys on that side. Am I correct in assuming that?
I don't have strong feelings, but I think they're cowardice losers who will eventually come back. Are those strong feelings? I don't know.
Well, they're not normal. I mean, they're no, you know what I'm saying? Like, so,
right.
You know, like cowards, right? Do you allow these cowards back into the fold in a couple of weeks?
You have to.
I'm not talking about social media presence. I'm talking about actual members of the party.
I know, but you have to. Basically, you have to. And here's the thing. If you start cutting people off every time they cross you, like every single time, you will eventually have more enemies than allies.
But wouldn't you just be allowing enemies back in because they know you believe that they're cowards and hypocrites?
They're fickle idiots. They're not even thinking. They're not thinking 3-dimensionally or 4th-dimensionally. Basically, you have to let them in, and you'll be like, you pull the I forgive you card, right? But the truth is because politicians are held up by popularity, you need to help the fair weather fans. Okay. You have to let them in.
Okay, so the politicians will easily fall back in line because of their political backbone. They have no backbone. And you're saying the base has a short enough attention span where they'll just come back after the next victory.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. This is a strategy I think he's doing. All that money that he got from cutting all the jobs and stuff. I bet he's sitting on it, and toward the end of his run, he's going to send out checks. And so the last thing these idiots will remember is getting a check from him. And then they'll like him again,
I mean, you have a high view of MAGA.
I don't have a high view of humans.
So like
that explains what I was talking about, how no man
is no hero worship. I got you. So in your worldview, it doesn't really matter, right? No one in the MAGA party actually believes anything. They don't stand for anything at all.
I mean, maybe some of them do. It's definitely a minority who actually do, and other people are just going with what's popular.
Mob mentality.
Yeah, mob mentality. It's popular like Trump. It's popular, or basically, here's what it is. Or there's one value they like, or something like they're like, I don't like immigrants, and then Trump's like, well, good. Well, I don't like them either. I'm like, okay, then I'm on your side. It is fickle though.
Opportunistic mob.
Yes, and then as soon as the gas prices, he'll be like, I'm going to have to ask you to make a sacrifice. You're going to pay more money at the pump over the next summer, like during the next 3 months. And then they're like, what?
So not even
Trump.
Not really even a movement. There are no real MAGAs. Just
there are no real movements. There are no real movement. Like, do you remember all those people protesting Israel or whatever at Colombia, and they were taking over buildings and all that shit? Where are they? They had another cause before that. The thing is, and I can't even remember what the cause was.
But those are liberals. We hold them to a different.
Okay, right. But I'm just saying, it shows the fickleness of people.
So the Conservative Party doesn't really stand for. There's no differentiating conservatives from liberals in this regard.
When we're talking about the masses here, right?
I'm talking about the MAGA movement.
Here's what I'm saying. In every movement, there's a slim number of people who truly are noble spirits, who believe in what they're doing, and they will stick to it, and they understand it, and all these other things. Right. The majority of the rest are just a bunch of followers.
Oh, man.
That's my take. That's my take.
You heard it here first, MAGA. You're a bunch of following morons.
Now I can never run for office. Thanks, bro. Thanks. This was your plan the entire time, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It's true though. I mean, at least you're honest in regards to like there is no political movement. There is no competing higher morality. It's just a bunch of people that have come together on a few points that they agree on and they're working towards. So do you believe in the term the woke right?
I'm trying to figure out what that even means. Wait, by the way, is this nerd about to make any sense or what?
No, let's switch to Tucker Carlson. I just
because he's just some dude in a suit who's like, let me analyze this. Why don't you not?
Oh man!
Actually, real quick, explain to me. I keep hearing people say the woke right. What do they mean by the woke right?
The easiest way to surmise it would be the woke right is the exact antithetical opposite of the woke left. The same reactionary spirit, but on the right, right? So if leftists say, "Oh my goodness, words of violence, you can't say words," the woke right would say, "I don't understand. How could we let them say these type of things in a public forum? We're conservative."
All right.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's hard to understand, but I guess I know what you're saying. Yes, obviously they want to restrict.
They want to. Yeah. Do you want me to
further proof that they don't stand for anything? Because if they actually did believe in freedom of speech, like they claim to at the beginning of all this, they wouldn't have fallen for it.
Okay, I gotta. Oh, this guy is kind of. I got a video that I can show you for the woke right. It's about. Send
it to the Discord.
It's like 7 minutes long, and it's but I can't.
What?
Holy smokes!
Wait, what's happening?
No, just the sounds of a house resting. I'm like, what the hell? Sounds like the roof is about to cave.
I thought you were looking at your murderer.
I told you that door is going to open one day, and they're going to regret they came in here. 100%. All right. So, did you want to touch the Tucker Carlson saying that Trump is the?
Let's do it.
The Antichrist. Before we do that, let me poll the audience. For the believing audience or spiritualist, Tucker Carlson, conservative pundit, formerly of Fox News, now of the Tucker Carlson Network, called Donald J. Trump the Antichrist, which is ironic and interesting because it does fit the dispensationalist narrative. But do any of you folks take umbrage with Tucker Carlson, who's a conservative? We can't use the same talking points against him that we do liberals, right? We gotta come at this differently. The conservative believes in all the things you believe in, believes Donald Trump is the Antichrist. I'd like to hear your thoughts.
This is another thing. This is a thing that I can't stand about, once again, the right or whatever. I'm saying the left is that they're always hyperbolic. It's not that you don't like a politician. It's that he's the Antichrist. It's not that you don't like his economic policies. It's that you believe he's going to destroy America.
No, I get you. And that is typical behavior of the left. But we're talking about Tucker Carlson, who is a conservative.
So, Steve, do you know the history of Tucker Carlson?
I do, but he is, by all accounts, today and has been for a couple of decades now, a card-holding member of
started out a libtard on CNN.
So did Donald Trump.
Okay, yeah. But I'm saying, but you know what you've just proven?
What?
That nobody stands for anything. People are flipping coins and loyalties are flexible depending on the day of the week.
But I do find it interesting that you judge everyone under the moniker of libtard, even if they changed their viewpoint. So no matter what, no one's actually moved away from being a libtard. They just have conservative talking points now.
Yeah, he was a fake conservative this whole time. Tucker.
What about Matt Walsh?
Rogue Radio says, I don't think it's anyone we have met yet.
That's referring to the Antichrist. What about Matt Walsh? Matt Walsh also is he out?
The Antichrist?
Yeah. No, is Matt Walsh out now? Is he out? Is he up on the libtard side?
See, I don't know if he's a libtard.
But Tucker
Carlson for a while has been talking crazy. He's on this video? Let's watch this fool.
So wait, before you do it, the backdrop, I'll tell you who is the liberal and who is the conservative, right? This young man here is A conservative. He used to intern at Fox News. He was on the Hill, and then he and his progressive classical Democrat counterpart, they left the Hill, started their own channel called Breaking Points, doing amazing independent media. Blah blah blah.
To answer Rogue Radio's thing, not I agree. I don't think it's anyone we met yet, but also remember, the Antichrist is going to be almost universally beloved by people. So it can't be Trump because he has far too many haters. Right.
And also because dispensationalism is not.
And extraordinary new remarks in his latest episode, effectively calling Donald Trump the Antichrist, blasting him for his Easter message. Let's take a listen.
Who do you think you are? You're tweeting out the F word on Easter morning? You'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. So obviously you're mocking the religion of Iran. Okay. If you seek a religious war, that's a good idea. But by the way, no decent person mocks other people's religions. You may have
okay, false. That is already false. That is already false. Because guess who mocks other religions? Many characters in the Bible.
Yeah,
when there's false religions, particularly ones that are led by Satan, you can absolutely scoff at it. It's completely righteous to do so.
I have to correct you there. It almost sounds like you made a distinction there. There is no false religion that isn't led by Satan. I'm talking to all of you.
But you see what I'm saying? No, but here's what I'm saying. It's different. It's not like he's mocking that he's a Catholic mocking a Presbyterian. He is a Christian mocking a religion led by Satan. So therefore there's no wrong with Scott. There's nothing wrong with Scott.
Or political movements that are secular and led by Satan.
Yes, I would agree. But look at the self-righteousness. Look at the self-righteousness of this dude. He's like, how dare you mock someone else's religion? What a fucking.
You know what I've noticed? Maybe a lot of these people don't know. A lot of these people should listen to hip hop and come to Black Twitter so they can learn the fickleness of support from people in social media context. I had a Black person talk to Tucker before he did this. I would have told him, like, you're about to get a lot of hate. Like, it doesn't matter if you make any sense in anything that you're about to say. Don't go against the grain. Am I right, Bex? Don't have a brush against the grain.
His panties are in a bunch. It's so ridiculous.
Hit it.
Problem with the theology. Presumably you do if it's not your religion, and you can explain what that is. But to mock other people's faith is to mock the idea of faith itself.
Okay, yeah, I see.
And we should never mock that.
He's woke.
Because at its core is the acknowledgement that we are not in charge of the universe. We did not build it. We won't be here at the end of it. We can destroy life. We cannot create it because we are not God. The message of all faith.
He didn't say he could.
At the biggest picture level is the message in our Bible, which is you are not God. And only if you think you are do you talk this way.
What are you cooking?
But it's not just mockery of Islam. And no president should mock Islam. That's not your job. This is not a theocracy. We don't go to war with other theocracies to find out which theocracy is more effective.
His vagina hurts. I get it.
And God willing, we never will be. Because theocracies corrupt the religion.
This is exactly what I've been quantifying.
No, this is
brother.
This is the woke right.
That and what I've been quantifying to you is I do not believe there is a comeback very easily between the two groups of classic conservatives, who I think Tucker Carlson has become a talking head for, Matt Walsh, and your side of the table. Like, you guys aren't going to be able to sit there in the same room with each other and be like, yo, you call me a vagina hurt libtard. That's not something that I want.
Here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Trump's America is Nazi Germany, but let's say it turns into Nazi Germany. I would turn in Tucker Carlson. That's all I'm saying. I would turn him in. I would be like, he's hiding in the wall.
Oh my goodness. You may not believe in hero worship, but this is as close to the line as you're gonna get. Yo, you would literally be like, there's a video of Trump stabbing someone, and Matt's is gonna be like, whoa, let's be objective here. It's clear that he stabbed you, but what did you do to him? What did you do to him?
Like I said, here's what it is. He was elected to do a job. He has a job to do.
Right. No, I'm not.
Yes, I will defend him while he does his job.
And the day he's out,
I'll see you. I'll see you, man. There's other things going on. Like I said, I don't want to disrespect him, but I'm not gonna follow him. I'm not gonna follow him to the gates of hell.
hit it.
Let's see what this angry suburban housewife has to say about his problems with Trump.
Mockery, not just of Islam, it's a mockery of Christianity. To send out a tweet with the F word on Easter morning promising the murder of civilians and then saying praise be to Allah without explaining any of it, you are mocking me and every other Christian because we're Christians. We can't support that. That is evil. That is an intentional desecration of beauty and truth, which is the definition of evil.
So defending Islam, didn't think I would see it in my lifetime. But the bigger thing that he's talking about there is the departure. First of all, major political implication here. This is the biggest shot Tucker's taken.
Mm-hmm.
I took a shot at Trump on Tucker's show, and I will admit it's not really just about Tucker, but there's Joe Kent as well. But there was this, like, oh, it's Israel's war, and kind of the bad boyars, like the czar has bad advisors, but like that's out the window now.
Right.
Like it's very obvious. This is Trump. When we had to be honest about it, and now it's just so obvious.
I want to get your take on that. So I never get to Sager is his real name. I'm always calling him Cigar. But Sager said that we can't blame, essentially this isn't Israel's war. This is Trump. What do you think about that?
I mean, honestly, Israel has a lot to benefit from this. So of course, I mean, obviously, but remember another thing we're not noticing and people don't want to bring up, Israel has been getting hit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're the ones in the front line. They're in the front lines getting hammered, right? And so they're having drone strikes all the time. So it's not like it's easy for them to do what's happening.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. It's just it's interesting. It's very, very interesting, man.
But I'm saying, like, people don't understand. They don't understand Trump, and it takes intelligence to understand Trump. And all these people are like, it's a nuanced thing that he's a troll and he makes these statements. People don't understand how brilliant that tweet was. That tweet is like super brilliant in terms of trolling people.
Right.
If there's a museum for trolls, that would be the centerpiece. Right. He said, praise Allah to these I think it's hysterical. I don't know. I don't understand why Tucker's so upset. It's funny to me.
This is what I'm talking about. This is like shooting the dozens on the block with your boys, and it's like the agreed upon social standing is that no one should get angry, even if it's a mama joke. But someone's gonna get angry. Someone's walking away, and they're not gonna be. The friend group is gonna change forever. And this is what I'm saying. The friend group is about to change forever at the conservative Thanksgiving, man. Like, it's gonna be weird when Grandpa with the mullet is like, well, I do believe. And then the woke right family member starts flipping out on Grandpa. Like, and then the liberal, who benefits from this? The liberals. They absolutely benefit from
They definitely do. From this is here's what I'm saying. This is not, I thought he just made a comment. No, he didn't just make a comment. I'm glad you showed me this. He is straight up ranting. That is a bad look. That is an absolute bad look. But unfortunately, like Tucker Carlson, he's creating his own kind of political party. Maybe he could run for president. I don't know. But as of right now, he's enemy number one. So,
but don't worry, all will be forgiven. We will forgive you, and you'll come back to the fold.
No, you know what really is going to happen. Guys, I want to let everyone know I am not threatening anyone. I am not threatening anyone. We need to do away with Tucker Carlson, and we'll let his followers back in the club. But once again, that was not a threat in any way.
Cheap viewers, nice.
Thanks for the cheap viewers, bro. I hear what you're saying now. I see what you're saying. Like, can we let anyone in? No, you can't. You have to cut the head off of. I'm not suggesting it. It's a figure of speech, guys. You need to cut the head off of their leaders,
Right.
and then once you do that, their followers will come back.
Oh man, this is good television.
Amazing.
All right, you want to
any good points?
I mean, yeah, they're gonna go. They go for a bit. It even gets into Greek philosophy a little bit.
We're actually going pretty late. We're not late. We're not late, but I'm just saying I didn't realize that we've had quite the debate for a while now.
No, see, that's the thing I was trying to tell you. I'm not here to debate you. I just want you to be able to represent your views freely. And then
you want to get recordings of me saying things that will get me in trouble, and then you're going to bring them up later on when I'm like trying to do something with my life, when I'm trying to get married, when I'm trying to run for office, when I'm trying to get a driver's license. Like, you're going to pop out of nowhere and be like, well, did you know last year Mantis made a comment about how all DMV workers are idiots?
That's
and then you press play on your phone.
That's way too shallow. I would much rather in that moment, like, holy shit, I said that, and look up and see me standing there like, am I gonna play it? Am I not gonna play it? I don't even have it. They better be getting food at this wedding. Daredevil.
Oh, switching gears to entertainment, which this is a little crew transition. You guys are listening to Riz Radio, Fat Mantis, and your Uncle Steve, aka Steve, real name, no gimmicks. We're the Fanboy Modeling School. So, you want to talk Daredevil?
You hate it. You hate Daredevil. You hate anything street level. You're not a real comic book reader, and you probably like The Boys.
Okay, so much, just like with the Trump thing, that's what it is. You make long statements so that I am frazzled, so that I am upset. You just made a statement. You're like, man, this is when you debate, you start off angry and then you get based or whatever. No, you make me angry. you make me hit you.
Oh my goodness! You sound like a feminist. You're gaslighting me. You're gaslighting me.
You make me angry and then I calm down. But yeah, so here's what I'm saying. I really like the season. I really love the season. I am getting tired of Fisk. I'm getting tired of Fisk, man.
Most popular part of the show. People universally love it. Tell us why.
They do not universally. So here's what it is. They didn't like the last season, or here's what I'm saying. I don't like to speak for people, so let's not generalize. But there were a lot of people with a lot of criticisms about last season, mainly boredom, right? This one is now finally action-packed. He suits up. That ultimately in a superhero movie or show, that's what you want. You want your hero to suit up, and you want him to kick ass. Something the last season forgot to do sometimes.
Well, they had to build it. It took 8 episodes to build up.
There is nothing more annoying than a slow burn for a superhero origin.
It's like a long date. Catalyst 187.
Oh, what up, Catalyst? Brother? Yo, what up? Thanks for stopping in.
I don't understand why you just can't let them cook. Do you go to black barbecues and scream at your uncle because the ribs aren't done quick enough, or do you just wait?
I do, in fact.
I can see you.
I say I want ribs the moment I walk in here. You telling me I gotta wait 2 more hours and watch you cook? I gotta slowly drink beers when I should be filling my belly right now? What the fuck, bro? And that's what it is. Here's what it is. When I come to watch any Marvel thing, I want to be entertained now. I'm here to be entertained now. Guys are like, don't worry, it gets good after 11 episodes. What the fuck? 11 episodes.
Listen to me. You have.
What up?
Listen to me, man. Thank you, Catalyst. Thank you. You gotta let it happen. I haven't watched the show myself. Didn't finish season 1, but I'm heavily invested in.
You didn't finish season 1, so further evidence that I'm right.
No, I have a job, man. I have to work.
I have a job, and I slept through that thing. Not the job, Daredevil.
But no, I've heard really good things, about season 2, like about the action, about the pacing, about the street level building, all the excitement around. I don't know if Jessica Jones was in the episode. I saw a lot of thumbnails with her face.
She's apparently gonna guess her. She hasn't yet, unless tonight's an episode, so I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. So thus far you seem to be, this is leading into Spider-Man. A lot of people think, street level shenanigans.
So Spider-Man, let's talk about Spider-Man, because you haven't seen Daredevil, but neither of us has seen, other than the trailer, the brand new day.
Yeah, I'm
Spider-Man.
We're going to see that. We're going to see it opening day as per usual. I'll pick your ass up.
What did you think of the trailer?
I really enjoyed the trailer, man. I know that there are a bunch of mixed feelings in regards to the story content. It being an adaptation of the animated, but potentially, we don't even know for sure yet. It's looking very likely.
The Man Spider story.
The Man Spider story. I actually really enjoyed it. I'm enjoying seeing Frank Castle in there. I'm not a big Spider-Man comic.
As a matter of fact, should we watch it?
Sure, we can watch it. But the short answer, I really enjoyed it. What I'm looking forward to is to see what they're holding out. What is this story truly going to be about, and where does it lead us, and how many more of these movies is he going to do? Well,
he signed on for another trilogy, so this is the first of another trilogy.
Hey, shut up! Feeling all they got married. They're getting married.
Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that? Look at that! Look how slick they are.
What? You sound angry.
I'm not angry.
You're angry.
I'm not angry. I support them. I just think he's a little short for her. But she's taller than him. Like, how does that exactly work?
Mantis doesn't recognize short men as being a part of the same gene pool.
I'm just saying, they're here to carry my bags. Not bang shanks.
I really did enjoy it, but I enjoyed the trailer quite a bit. What did the audience think of it? What did you guys think of the Spider-Man trailer? We're about to watch it right now. Also, are we excited that we're getting so much Marvel content right now, And are you looking forward to Miles Morales potentially making a short cameo in Doomsday? All things we need to know.
Well, I mean, do you believe that's really going to happen?
I don't believe any of that shit's going to happen. But I didn't believe that the Mr. Fantastic was going to be in Multiverse of Madness. And when he popped up in the movie, I was like, oh, they did the thing and he died.
Right.
I can't believe our first hit MIT. MJ, come on. Pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
Green screen, but like...
I can't.
I knew it.
He's a stalker. Well, you know what I mean. Ladies, you know what I mean.
Yeah. He loves you so much, he's just got to keep in there.
He just has to look at you while you sleep all the time.
My name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but
we used props to anyone who could sleep through his jobs as a catalyst.
And the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me.
Yeah, it's coming out this summer, brother.
Because I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man.
The hell, Frank? You just hit me with a van!
Quit your whimpering. Suit yourself.
Go home!
And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart. What is happening to me?
Oh, God.
The organic webs, right?
Excuse me, Dr. Banner. I need your help.
What did you say your name was? If DNA is mutated, it could be enormously dangerous.
For a second, because I'm going to tell you something that might annoy me really quickly about this movie.
Okay.
But not enough to walk out the theater. They erased everyone's memory of Peter Parker.
Right.
That's what I remember, right? But if this turns into some convoluted thing where Spider-Man's not remembered throughout the entire Infinity shenanigan, that's going to piss me off a little bit. Like, he kind of was a key player, even if you don't remember he's Peter Parker. He did leave the planet with Tony Stark. He did run in the final charge against Thanos.
So I agree with you on this. So I do think the way the spell should work, and I do the way it was explained in the last movie, I think that it should be that they don't remember that he's Peter Parker, but they do remember fighting alongside Spider-Man. That's how it should work, in my opinion. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see in this movie finally, because it's been years in the making. Yeah, to find out finally how this spell works. The spell, obviously, a lot of MCU magic doesn't make any sense.
No magic anywhere makes any sense. That one time Bex called it, where apparently all witches are very well endowed. So,
is that true?
Remember, you don't remember from your stream that night? Bex said it was true, and then the first witch we put up on the TV on the screen was some big boob.
I remember now.
Horrible.
Maybe I should be dating more witches.
Oh boy, good play. Just to that, we have to listen to them.
Spiders have 3 life cycles.
Okay. Wait, you heard that?
Yeah, they have 3 life cycles.
Spiders have 3 life cycles. So we all know what that actor is. That's a pretty famous actor. He's in so much. People have been speculating why his voiceover is taking over this thing. I've heard people saying they think he's Professor X. I've heard some people also think he might be the Jackal.
Also idiotic. I think it's more than likely that he's making a voice cameo narration for some type of movie, some type of short they're watching on spiders in the film.
Right. He's going to be watching it, and they just decided to put his voice in here.
Yeah. But people are speculating that Jean Grey is the body snatcher, as I like to call it.
When between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
Okay, look, stop. You see how I paused that? I paused it just in time.
You did. Good job.
You see how he's getting possessed?
Yeah.
Now look over. You see how there's a head of a person back there?
Where? Put the mouse. Where are you talking about?
Oh, I guess you can't see my mouse. The right to his right. You see how there's somebody behind them?
Yeah.
They dart across.
Oh,
so
yeah.
people are speculating they think that's Jean Grey escaping. Right? Because let me finish it.
We are faced with a danger that we
Everyone's
can't
running
control.
one.
One we can't even see. Stay out of my way.
I'm not looking forward to Scorpion.
And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind of
Okay, actually, and let's go back real quick on this one. Actually, that's such a cool.
Yeah, they're also saying that there's someone else in this jump shot, but I don't think that makes sense either. To be honest,
I don't think so. I think they're projecting from the last episode. So check it. This right here, right? Okay, so internet sleuths have been taken apart, and what they're saying is his costume is badly CGI'd.
Yeah.
They believe there's an ongoing theory that they believe that at this point in the movie he has 6 arms already.
Interesting. Or maybe they sprout right here with the red eyes, or maybe the red eyes cut from another. Yeah, I can see that.
And then he rips it apart with the 6 arms.
rebirth.
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're a housewarming.
It is Frank.
I'm MJ.
I'm just a.
And you see all the Spider-Man pictures behind
I'm my
me?
neighbor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
July 31st.
I'm super excited. I think it's gonna be epic. I think it's gonna be next level.
I'm not excited for Scorpion at all. Scorpio, or what do you call it? What's this guy's name? He's one of my least favorite characters.
Scorpion, yeah, he's certainly a lesser villain, right?
Did you happen to notice there was a young lady with a silver streak in her head? That must have been Rogue.
It's just an Easter egg. Obviously, they're not gonna hire that chipper to be Rogue. That chick was not something in the eyes. But
Hey,
particularly MCU magic Oh yeah, I hear you.
With the
Synthos, that's of course
Chuck.
Catalyst over on Twitch. She switched apps right there. I mean, the fight scenes alone will be absolutely no. It's going to be an amazing. It's going to be an amazing thing. But so here's the theory. Here's the running theory right now. So she is roommates with Ned, right?
Right.
And the belief is, if you see on the background, there's all these photos of Spider-Man, and obviously they don't remember Spider-Man, right?
Right.
But the thought is they're going to remember Spider-Man, but not who he is. And she's going to be obsessed with Spider-Man because she just thinks of him and she's like, she's fallen in love with the superhero.
Right.
Right. But Ned is going to have the reverse.
He's going to hate him.
He's going to hate him. He's going to be like, why am I constantly dreaming about Spider-Man? This is weird. And he's going to think he's up to no good, which is probably going to lead to him being Hobgoblin.
Or being gay and there being representation in this movie.
Why do you have to ruin everything, Steve? Why do you have to ruin everything?
Hey, there's one thing I do want to close out on. It's very spicy. It'll only take 10 minutes to really close out on this topic, but I just got to know. Did you know that the gay community is mad at Ryan Coogler right now?
Coogler? What did he do?
There was not enough LGBTQ representation in Sinners. Quite literally. After winning the award, they are extremely upset that he didn't include, when I say they, a few, some people, some gay people are upset that they didn't include in the famous scene in Sinners, where it's breaking through from the ancestry to the modern day dancing, and that there wasn't at least some representation in the form of voguing or something of that nature.
Well, for starters, there were so many dancers on there. I think there was some gay representation amongst those dancers, right? Obviously, let's get material, but like
one of them had to be gay.
But I mean, what are people really demanding? What are they saying? He should have written one of his characters to be gay.
No, not characters, just in that moment there should have been
that one moment, the dance sequence.
Yeah, there should have been some form of representation showing how they are connected to the entire black experience, as it were.
I guess no comment because I don't want to be canceled tonight. Well, but I'm saying you have probably seen. So we obviously have all the evidence, all the proof in the pudding right here for Spider-Man: Brand New Day. But what are your thoughts on Doomsday? Are you a fan? Can you not wait? Like, what are you thinking?
Doomsday. You know what? I am excited for it, man. My official thoughts on Doomsday are that I just got to make it through all the dumb rumors. Right? That is literally, I just have to stop watching any speculation videos. I cannot watch anything like that because it's just going to amp up the set to the point where it's like, it ruins the anticipation. And if they manage to get something right, because their entire approach is to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks, it takes away from the magic of it. Here's what I'm not looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to any evil Avengers representation where it's like evil Steve Rogers versus good Steve Rogers. I'm not looking forward
we're going to get that, actually.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I keep telling you this, man. We already had Steve Rogers versus Steve Rogers, and it was beautiful in Endgame when they had that beautiful little moment in the first Avengers conflict. I don't need to see the evil version of these heroes. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we had some like comebacks from different representation. Bexa, tag me in.
Right, she doesn't mind being canceled, and that is true, and I love that about her.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get some tag-ins like from, say, obscure cameos, maybe even a not Scarlet Witch, Black Widow cameo. That would probably be really interesting to me. But I'm looking forward to it. It's not going to be Doomsday like I love it, but I'm going to go see it. We're going to go see it. We're going to enjoy it. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm worried.
You're trying to convince yourself, actually. No, I actually, this could be the greatest thing I've ever seen. Could be the worst.
Right.
Not sure. Not sure. So many rumors. For a while there, I was watching videos every day of the different rumors. Like the rumors are so crazy. Like they're saying Andrew Garfield has the symbiote and he's going to be the Spider-Man in it. I've seen a bunch of crazy things. Really, they've shown no evidence. One of the things I heard, I mean, I hope this isn't a spoiler, or do you not even want to hear the possible spoiler?
No, go for it. They're all over the place.
that what it is that when they're going to the dimensions, the Fantastic Four are going to the MCU, right? But they're going to have Doctor Doom on their ship, and they're going to have Captain America.
Oh, that sounds so bad.
So here's the thing: Captain America will be working with him, and they here's what it is. Everyone will think he's their Captain America who went to the 50s, right, to be with his wife, Peggy. And then toward the end of the movie, it's going to reveal he's really Captain Hydra from another dimension.
That is the worst. That is exactly what I'm trying to avoid. Like, that will be the anti-boner for me. If there's a thing that's the opposite of Viagra and you need it, that's what that's going to be.
I feel you on that. Here's what it is. I have no expectations on anything. I'm just looking for a good movie. We've got two MCU movies this year. I'm praying that both of them are utterly amazing.
I'm also praying that they'll still be in Iran so they can go see the movie as well. Oh, bringing it full circle.
So wait, hold on. Well, here's what we're really going to end on. You made a comment. You're like, you probably like The Boys. Do you not like The Boys?
Oh no, I just said that because I thought at some point I could convince you to watch Grace Randolph's exclusive review of all.
So actually, this is a better thing to end on. So I fairly recently decided to no longer even hate watch Grace Randolph.
Okay.
I won't even. And so it has to do with the it has to do with a lot of things, but I think that she is just a negative she trashes everybody. And somehow she hated Project Hail Mary, whatever. I
heard it's an amazing movie. Like
everyone's saying it's an amazing movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm just saying, okay. But she also likes to diss. She gets insulting. So she's like, Ryan Gosling isn't a movie star. He's pathetic. Are you kidding me? He was Ken.
Did you actually call him pathetic?
Yeah. Yeah. She thinks he's a joke. And she's like, he doesn't bring in box office, whatever. It's a joke. So then the next thing that happened, and for starters, I didn't like that. I didn't like the way she was talking about him. And so the next thing she talks about is Super Mario Galaxy, right? So she does a review, trashes it. She's like, I don't like it. It ends up being a hit, right? Everyone's doing a hit. Everyone's into it. People are watching it. It's a huge box office opening weekend. She does a live stream where she tries to find every little negative thing about it. And you could see she was visually agitated that people like the movie. She literally sent a comment. She said the cinema score rating fans are giving it, is an A. Which means it's not, which is a failure because the last movie was A+.
Yeah, Here's the problem, man. She's old school Hollywood, much like yourself. And this new era of fans and divide.
I love Mario. What are you talking about?
It's old school Hollywood, man. But you handled the transition better, not transition like the people were.
I stay hip. She's an old ass bitch. Stay hip.
Would you understand the point that I'm making? Like, she doesn't understand sometimes the divide between fans and critics and the social area over from certain dynamics and stuff like that. So for her, it's anything that goes against her paradigm is like, I can't believe you guys are supporting this. I can't. But then at the same time, she can be honest because I believe it was for the Marvel. She's like, no one showed up. And this is the inclusion that people are fighting for. But if you don't show up for the movie, what's the point of doing it? I was like, that's a good take, Grace. I only watch her to hate watch her with you. So now she's off. She's already been unsubscribed for many years. But yeah,
I'm over this bitch. Like straight up. And so, her latest video, her movie out this weekend, she said, the cover says Mario didn't make as much as the first one, and she's once again trying to find every negative thing about it.
Right.
And you know what? I don't need negative. I don't need this negative shit. He says, "Who is this again?" That is Grace Randolph. Remember that blonde chick I used to watch, or I've been watching for a long time, who reviews movies? She has aged faster than anyone I've ever seen, like mentally. She went from like a 25-year-old to an 80-year-old in 10 years. And so she hates everything. She thinks TikTok is stupid. She thinks
TikTok is stupid.
TikTok is stupid, but Come on.
IMAX tickets sold out.
Oh, Dune. Yeah, Dune is killing it right now. And the rumor is that Marvel's going to change the weekend for Doomsday because they're scared of it because of that.
I mean, they should be because they're too fragile to get into that type of fight right now. They need to.
Right. They need an absolute slam dunk. They need a slam dunk to stay afloat, or we're never going to get an X-Men movie.
Oh,
we're never going to get a Blade movie.
She changed up her style, man. She actually is doing the very current thing of YouTubing, which is making the weird face on the thumbnail.
Yeah. Well, I don't even watch her anymore, so I wouldn't know. And I'm certainly not going to watch.
Shout out to everyone over on Rumble. Thanks for
shout out to everyone. Yo, thank you everyone who is here on no matter what app you're on, whether you're on Twitch, you're on YouTube, you're on Instagram, you're on Rumble, or you're watching us from heaven, you're watching us from another dimension.
Or if you're watching us from Iran, or what's left of it.
Why do you keep bringing that up? He's just like, even if they're watching it from Iran, Roy here hopes your country burns. Why are you always trying to make me look like the bad guy? Why?
You make yourself look like a bad guy.
I am a bad guy, but we don't have to fucking advertise it. Okay?
I'll be like, yo, man, I really like oranges. And Roy's like, let me tell you about oranges. Liberals love oranges. D Love says she's going to see Mario on Thursday. D, please tap in. Let us know how you enjoyed it. Folks, we're going to do we're really going to give it a go. Mantis is going to engage with the YouTube audience. I will engage with Rumble so no one feels left out. And if you're over on Twitch, that's one too many windows, so I'm sorry.
Well, I see the Twitch. Twitch comes in here too as well. So I got my man Synthos over here, aka Catalyst, aka I don't know if he wants his real name revealed, but we love you, brother. It's always good to see you.
Why can't I place who Catalyst is?
Coming in. What?
Why can't I place who Catalyst is? I know,
you don't know who he is.
Oh, young brother.
Yes,
young brother. How you doing, man? young revolutionary. All right.
Yes, young revolutionary. That's the best way to say it. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's Nakai. It's Nakai. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you for stopping in, brother. But that goes triple for everyone. We got the Pink Princess. We've got Rogue Radio. We've got everyone. Basically, we love you all. It's been an amazing time. This has been the Fanboy Modeling School. I am the Fat Mantis, now in HD. I'm here with my boy
Steve. Real name, no gimmicks.
And we are signing off. You can always catch reruns of this show, the audio version, over on Riz Radio, rizradio.com. Riz Radio, music from your next breakup. Until next time, guys, that is a ciao for now.
Peace.
Peace.